All right, so here we go. We're gonna add some black into the recessed areas. And just for the heck of it, we're gonna add a bit of water. Not a ton, just enough to mix it in so it's not totally black. So there's two ways of doing this. You can dry brush the color on, which is basically taking your brush after you've dipped it in the paint, dipping it, or blotting it onto a paper towel, and then just rubbing it. Yeah, so it all depends on how much you want to blot, but I just like to get it nice and dark in that area. And blotting the excess paint out. So when there's way too much paint, just blot it out. It's not so much dry brushing as it is just making sure you don't have too much paint on there. Put it in all the little areas where it would look like something that's been sitting over years and years has just collected grunge and been sitting there for a while. And you're painting over the metal. You're getting that illusion of, again, it's been sitting there for a while. You have to create the illusion of metal, and it's not an easy thing to do because you want to make sure that your metal looks worn. It looks used, like it's been through a couple battles, like it's been smashed, it's been hit, and you don't want it to look perfect. You don't want it to look pretty. So one of the other things you want to make sure you do is not do that. That's okay, no paint anywhere. It all pretty much stayed in there. Take your paintbrush and get inside these little rings here, one by one, just so that it looks black. Anywhere that's got a recess in it, that's it. That's all you're doing. Easy to do. It's easy to mess it up. That's basically what you're doing, is you're just messing up the paint now that you've put on. We're going to put more layers on, so no worries at all. And you can take your finger and just rub it on and get some of the excess out of there. So you'll notice we've got a darker on the right side than we do the left, so we can add some more. And you don't have to be pretty, like you're not trying to be perfect on this. You're just trying to create depth. So how do we create depth? We add layers. How do we add layers? Black is one of them, because black creates a shadow, especially in the tri-laser area. And when we blot on silver, that silver is just going to pop and make it look a whole lot different than it was before we even started painting. You can get inside the eyes if you want. You can pretty much put black wherever you want. Now, at the end of the paint, it's going to look, or sorry, at the end of the tutorial, you're going to see a lot more black just painted on randomly, because it's going to look like it's been through a number of battles, a number of blast marks like shotgun and laser blasts and plasma rifles and the 30 watts range have been like taken their course on this thing. So this has got to look like it's been through hell and back. So the only way to do it again is to put that look of weathered and worn and blasts and all that stuff on there. So don't look pretty. Don't care if you get messed up in one area and it doesn't look good, because you have to create the illusion again of something that looks like it's been through battle. So when I get to the lines here, just be a little more precise. Anything with those areas, take your finger and wipe it off for the excess, and then you've got it inside the crease there. This is probably the hardest part in here, is just to get inside these little areas where there's a tiny little indent, because you don't want it to look like you're actually getting in there. You just want to create a small little line, and then we're going to put layers and layers of silver on top of it to hide the excess that has worn over. And yeah, don't be afraid to get your fingers in there, get them dirty, because the whole idea is that these little recessed areas have to look like they've been through battle damage.
Well, they're fighting Arnold, and Arnold has said, hey, you got to come back some other time. I'm a little busy with my movie Expendables 2, and I got to find a new walker because the other one I had is broken. And don't make fun of me because I'm not the cop, okay, you idiot.
So there we go. You got your dry brushing, which is essentially what it is. You dirty it up, you make it look dirty, and then we're going to put a whole bunch of silver on top of that to hide the black. So let's switch over to silver.